Let me draw out a situation for you. Imagine you are infected with a virus or bacteria and you have fallen ill. You go to a doctor for consultation and they prescribe some antibiotics. Adhering to the prescription, you take your antibiotics on time. But the illness still doesn't go away. This will definitely leave you confused, right? Well, the best explanation for this phenomenon is AMR, which stands for antimicrobial resistance. Still don't get it? In simpler words, your antibiotics might not be working. Before we go any further, let's first understand what antimicrobials are. Antimicrobials, including antibiotics, antivirals, antifungals, and antiparasitics, are medicines used to prevent and treat infections in humans, animals, and plants. And almost 40.1 billion defined daily doses of antibiotics were consumed in 2018 alone to do so. That's a lot, only for most of them to not work effectively. And why don't they work? That would be antimicrobial resistance, a phenomenon that was first uncovered soon after the discovery of world's first antibiotic, penicillin. In 1940, Edward Abraham and Ernst Chain noticed the first sign of antibiotic resistance to penicillin. The spread of penicillin resistance was documented by 1942, and by the late 1960s, more than 80% of both community and hospital-acquired strains of a bacteria were penicillin resistant. Thus was born antimicrobial resistance, a circumstance when viruses, fungi, or bacteria build resistance against antimicrobial drugs. As a result of drug resistance, antibiotics and other antimicrobial medicines become ineffective, and infections become increasingly difficult or impossible to treat. Now imagine if medicine stopped working. It would be all chaos, right? This is what antimicrobial resistance is causing. The rapid global spread of infectious bacteria that have grown resistant to antimicrobials has become a global concern.
I mean, the headlines are about we're on the precipice of the end of the antibiotics era, but how much of this is actually a human issue? How much is a treatment of animals issue?
Now, it's important to say that for years now, scientists have been warning about the fact that this is probably one of the biggest threats facing modern medicine.
Research by antimicrobial resistance collaborators found that there were approximately 4.95 million deaths associated with bacterial AMR in 2019, including 1.27 million deaths directly attributed to bacterial AMR. And that's not it. Antibiotic resistance is causing severe economic repercussions as well. The prolonged illness due to the inefficacy of antibiotics is resulting in longer hospital stays, more expensive medicines, and financial challenges for those impacted. The global economy is also feeling the ripples, as it is estimated that the global annual GDP will go down by 3.8% by 2050 due to AMR. WHO says if this situation continues, we are looking at a GDP shortfall of $3.4 trillion annually, pushing 24 million more people into extreme poverty. Yep, it's that serious. There are many factors that have increased the threat of antimicrobial resistance worldwide, and one of them can be pointed out to animal behavior. The incorrect use of medicines in humans, domestic and farm animals, and agriculture is one of the causes of AMR. And remember when I told you about how a whopping 40.1 billion defined daily doses of antibiotics were consumed in 2018? Yes, that has contributed to the spread of AMR as well.